now you've got some equipment and you want to go bass fishing, and maybe you've gone to a new lake or some place you've never been, you're going to fish a tournament, you want to try and figure out how or where or what you got to do. First thing you need to do is contact a local tackle shop, maybe get online, look at some other tackle shops. You want to get you some really nice maps, you know, something with some really good detail, shows road beds and river channels if you're fishing a river, lake, maybe some old town sites and things like that. But get you a really good topographical map of the lake. Just about any tackle shop in that local area is going to have them. And if they don't, you know, when you're going on a long trip and you don't want to take the chance, you know, go get online and go to like the Fishing Mat Company or Delmore or Navico, and just check out their stuff and see what they have, because you know, maps are, you know, $5, $6, $7 a piece, and you'll be able to get a lot of wealth of information on it. And then, you know, as you're doing your research, and if you're doing it in plenty of time, you can start marking your map on certain areas you want to go check, and so you're not just fishing blind, and you can look at contours and see what other people are talking about on the internet. So why don't we take a second and I'll show you some stuff on a map and what you need to look for. This is a map that I got for a tournament. an FLW tournament that I just fished up in Washington on the Columbia River. So it's a really great place, and it has so much water for you to cover, but there's a lot of dangers and everything else for you too. Now, one of the things I like to do with my maps is not so much write on them and notes on them, but when I catch fish and in certain areas and certain pieces I want to go look for, and I'll use certain colors, you know, like pink is something I'm catching fish on, or a yellow to like go investigate, or a blue is a maybe. Like for this map, I went out and we found some islands. We got a mile channel marker right here on here, and it had a very shallow hump on it, current flowing around it. We was able to catch some fish off to the downside on that. Right here we've got a corner on a point. We got current coming across it, big flat. We've got a really deep ledge coming off of this, and a corner on the upstream side. Fish were kind of stacked on this pretty good. Steep walls all the way around it. Then we had a flat spot on this, so the fish, and there was grass growing on it, so the fish were up on those kind of areas. You just need to really look at contours, look for islands, look for markers, power lines coming across, bridges. We got some bridges right here. We got power lines coming across. And then when you're doing that, then you can go look for, you know, man-made structure, like I said earlier, you know, maybe some towns when they've flooded the place, if it's a reservoir. If it's a natural lake, you can maybe go look for deep ledges or grassy stuff. When you're using your paper maps, get the digital maps that go in your Lowrance electronics and put those in there, so you can coordinate your paper map with your digital map. And they don't always all line up all the same or have the same stuff. One might have more information on it than the other, and a paper map will let you write notes on it and keep track of things a little bit better. And so I always like to have both of them. You can waypoint your stuff on your Lowrance, you can put little general marks on your paper and keep yourself notes, and keep them for later. Put them in a safe place and store them, put them in plastic bags, because you never know. 2 or 3 years later, you might have another tournament, you might be going up there, and you might have stumbled onto the winning fish from your map from 3 years ago. Don't lose them.